RevTrack's integration with ServiceNow showcases seamless synchronization between change management and ITSM tools, enabling organizations to streamline their workflows and enforce compliance effortlessly. By automating the exchange of data and unifying change requests across platforms, RevTrack ensures consistent visibility and control over changes. This integration accelerates the progression of change through SAP systems while minimizing manual interventions, ensuring timely and accurate deployment. The bidirectional capabilities of the RevTrack and ServiceNow integrations simplify complex processes while reducing risks and enabling efficient collaboration between teams, all within a unified and governed environment. The RevTrack and ServiceNow integration can be configured in many ways. However, in this example, we are going to raise an incident in ServiceNow, which automatically creates a RevTrack request. Once we add our transport to the request and migrate the change to the quality system, RevTrack will then automatically create a change request in ServiceNow, where the testing and CAB approval steps will take place. Finally, RevTrack will migrate the transport to production and update the statuses in both systems to reflect a complete change across both the ITSM and change management solutions. Let's get started by raising the incident in ServiceNow. Here, we are creating incident number 10246, which is titled SAP Incident Requiring Change. After saving and acknowledging that this is an SAP-related incident, we will update the assignment group to RevTrack, which triggers the creation of our RevTrack request. After hitting update, I will refresh my screen and see that we have created RevTrack request number 2649. Automating this step eliminates manual intervention, reducing errors and accelerating the initiation of SAP changes. A workflow notification will be sent to a developer who navigates to the RevTrack request 2649 and finds all the relevant details. We can head to the ServiceNow tab to see the incident information, including the long text and incident number, and navigate to the References tab to find a link to the incident should we need. This transparency ensures team has access to all necessary information, improving collaboration and decision making. It's here the developer notices a spelling mistake on the ticket, which they update in RevTrack. Upon returning to the ServiceNow incident, we can see that the incident has now also been updated, showcasing the bidirectional nature of this integration and the two-way sync of information, reducing data discrepancies and ensuring consistency across platforms. Let's now get started on actioning this change. I'll navigate to SE38 and make a change to this program Z_December. After adding some sample code to represent a developer fulfilling the request, RevTrack's enforcement screen prompts me to associate this transport with a specific RevTrack request. This ensures compliance and governance by linking transports to tracked requests, preventing rogue changes. Using the request number 2649, I associate the new transport with the RevTrack request. Returning to RevTrack, after a refresh, we can see that this request is now in the status of in progress, and in the technical tab, we can see transport ending 3340 is now associated with the request. The next step is to trigger migration to the QA system. Upon approving this step, the transport will be released and queued to the QA target group. Automatic safety checks are performed, and upon approval, the transport is released and queued to the target system. The automatic import steps occur in the background, and after hitting refresh, we can see that the status has progressed to in QA due to a successful import. The next step in our workflow is to initiate the creation of a ServiceNow change request. Similar to the ServiceNow incident creating a RevTrack request, upon approval of the step, we can refresh and see that we've automatically created change request number 31010. We can also head to the References tab to see that a link has been added to this new change request, which after clicking allows us to navigate to ServiceNow to find the automatically created request. This automation reduces manual effort and double handling, while also ensuring synchronization of records and enhanced efficiency. RevTrack has the ability to facilitate decentralized approvals. For example, the next step in our workflow is to mark user testing as complete. However, if the testing team at an organization has been directed to take this action in ServiceNow, they can do so on the change request, which then after heading back to RevTrack and hitting refresh, automatically updates the status in RevTrack to testing complete. Decentralized approvals streamline processes and empower cross-functional teams to work in their preferred environments. In addition to decentralized approvals, RevTrack is also able to facilitate approval dependencies. To showcase this, let's imagine I attempt to mark this change as ready for production deployment in RevTrack. We have set a business rule that will not allow the user to make this status change due to the fact that the status in ServiceNow is not correct. This production deployment can only occur when the ServiceNow status is production approval, which in this example would happen after a change advisory board meeting. Approval dependencies mitigate risk of non-compliance of regulations such as Sarbanes-Oxley by disallowing incorrect actions. So let's action this. Let's imagine that this change has now been approved by the CAB and the appropriate team member updates the status in ServiceNow to production approval. When this happens, we refresh our RevTrack request and see that the status has been updated by the ServiceNow integration. We can head to the Workflow tab and see the auditable record of this, which shows that both the user acceptance testing stage and the ready for production deployment stage were approved by ServiceNow. We can now continue with the deployment to production. After running some final safety checks and approving the migration, the transport is queued for import. On the back end, the production import process completes successfully. The RevTrack request status updates to complete, and the ServiceNow record also reflects the change is complete. The business can now see the change is deployed and our initial incident has been resolved. The RevTrack and ServiceNow integration ensures a reliable and auditable single source of truth for all SAP changes. To learn more about RevTrack's integration with ServiceNow or other ITSM tools, visit us at revtrack.com.